Welcome, brothers and sisters and friends. I hope this day is, uh, this is a good day for you and that all will go well. Today is Saturday, June the 22nd, 2024. It's hard to believe that we're almost half a year into 2024, and it certainly has been an eventful year. So I do hope, like I say, that everything is going well. And I just wanted to, again, share something with you. I'm thinking of a new series for our Muslim friends called Islamic Bafflegab. And the reason for that is, well, let's take a look at an example here, okay, shall we? I'll just pull this up. And here we go. Islamic Bafflegab. Now, Bafflegab is just a word salad. You just throw stuff out. You take a few verses of the Bible, to turn Jesus into a Muslim or to attack Christianity without any context whatsoever. And this one I've commented before on, but it constantly keeps coming up, and it's always been posted by people who have never read the Gospels. I doubt whether they even own a Bible. They've never taken the time to look at these verses in the context. But this one, like I say, many of you have seen it already, and you have, of course, an image of Jesus prostrating himself in prayer. It's interesting that Muslims violate their own principle by posting pictures of the prophets, but here we have Jesus falling on his face in prayer, in the same way that a Muslim, performs his prayers, 5 times daily. And that's a quote from Matthew 26:39. Jesus prayed in this way, and basically the quote is, Jesus fell on his face and prayed. And then you have again in the lower one a Muslim doing the same thing. So let's see truly, and well, there's a couple of things, and I've said this before, but I think it's important that we keep remembering it. And I challenge any Muslim. I challenge any Muslim to with this statement that Islam is nothing more than a polemic against Christianity. It has no reason, any other reason to exist, but basically to attack Christianity. It attacks the deity of Christ, attacks the crucifixion, it attacks the substitutionary atonement. It's just as St. John of Damascus said, a Christian heresy. So when we see this, you have to understand what the true nature of Islam truly is. Now, but the question before us is, did Jesus pray like a Muslim? Well, let's take a look at the verse that was quoted, shall we? And here we go. And this is Matthew 26:39. And he, that is Jesus, went a little beyond them, that is the disciples, and fell on his face and prayed, saying, now listen, I highlighted this, my Father. Notice how Jesus is addressing God. My Father. There's not a Muslim on the face of the planet, and I've done this for over 50 years. I've talked to Muslims for over 50 years. There's not a Muslim on the face of the planet that I'm aware of, at least an Orthodox Muslim, a true Muslim, a Sunni or a Shia Muslim, who, or probably even an Ahmadiyya Muslim. Yes, I know some of you guys are not going to consider the other, consider the other, whatever group I mentioned, you consider the other guys, well, not so Islamic. But there's not a Muslim on the face of the planet who would say Allah is his father, because what does the Quran emphasize? That Allah is the father of no one. My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass before me, yet not my will, but your will. So Jesus is praying to his Father in heaven. Do you pray to your Father in heaven? Do you pray to Allah? Do you address him as your Father? And of course, we have the parallel passage in Mark, and it's interesting. Mark uses the Aramaic word Abba, Abba, Father, Daddy. This intimate relationship that existed between the Father and the Son. And again, he says, may this cup be removed, not your will, not my will, but your will be done. That's, again, another argument, or a different, another topic for another day. If you want to send me a message about this, maybe we can explore this a little bit further, but this is not what is going on. And, well, so Abba, Father, again, are you able, or with some of my Muslim friends, Baba. And, our Father in heaven. And, the disciples came and said, or Jesus in his Sermon on the Mount, again, I doubt whether Muslims have taken the time to read the Sermon on the Mount. It's certainly, I would say, a Christian manifesto on how we should live as Christians. Pray in this way: Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But what was Jesus teaching us? Jesus teaches us to pray not by just falling on our face, although there's nothing wrong with that in itself. He also says, go into your closet, go into your private place, or stand and pray. But what is he saying is how we are to address God. And when we pray, we are to pray, Our Father. Again, where is this in the Quran? Well, again, Jesus is telling us when we pray, we are to pray, Our Father. And again, when we look at Lord, teach us to pray. And there was another occasion. This is a different occasion than the one on the Sermon on the Mount. The disciples come to Jesus, and it happened while Jesus was praying in a certain place. After he had finished, one of his disciples said to him, Lord, and he addresses Jesus as Lord. Can you address Jesus as Lord? My Muslim friend, can you address him as Lord? Teach us to pray, just as John also taught his disciples to pray. And he said to them, when you pray, say, Father, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come. My Muslim friend, are you able to pray in such a way? Really, are you able to when you come to God, to address him as Father? And these are the words of Jesus. I haven't quoted Paul. I haven't quoted anything but the words of Jesus. We looked at the gospel narrative in its context. And again, this is why I think this is Islamic Bafflegab. Anyways, this is something that you if you're honest with yourself, you have to look at, be honest with the scriptures. Now, I know a lot of Muslims say, well, I believe the Bible is corrupt. That's not the point. Is that when we look at the scriptures, let the scriptures speak for themselves. And I challenge you, get yourself a copy of the New Testament. Now, I'll also say, look, if you're really sincere, I have a number of copies of the Gospel of John. I don't have a whole lot, but I have some. And if you want a copy, I will, at my own expense, send you a copy. Okay? I'll send you a copy of the Gospel of John to read for yourself. Now, I know I didn't quote from John, but I will send you a copy of the Gospel of John to read for yourself. And again, let John speak for himself. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and may God bless.